Hello, that's kind of I stay with the dank. What's up, everybody? It is TaintCast, and we are on to the next episode. I lost count because obviously we do this thing often. It's just me and Aaron today. We're not going to do any guests. We're going to get right to it and stay exciting. And I want to hear Aaron rap. So, Aaron, let's just get the show started. You trying to freestyle first thing on it?
I guess so. I told you I can't rap.
Well, just do it. You want me to make a beat, or you want to do it a cappella?
I could do it a cappella.
All right, let's get it.
All right, 1, 2, 3, go.
Hey.
Booty meat, ass cheeks. Booty meat, ass cheeks. Booty meat, ass cheeks. Booty meat, ass cheeks.
I need some
meat, ass cheeks.
I want some
meat. What?
I was just like being your hype man because that shit was sweet as fuck.
I don't know about that, bro.
Bro, that was a bop.
Yeah, but it was my thing. You kind of ruined it with the unnecessary avenues.
Damn, sorry. I didn't mean to offend you, man. I thought it was a good song.
Okay. I think let's just move on to the show, bro.
All right. Sorry.
Let's get into these topics.
All right. Well, first, let's catch up. Let's catch up. How you been doing?
Man, over the weekend, I went to Milwaukee for the first time. I got some a friend from Virginia actually was meeting a friend in Marquette, and I hadn't seen them in over a year. So I was like, ooh, I might as well just go to Marquette. And then I spent the weekend there. It was pretty cool.
Did you get some Marquette WAP?
No, I did not. I wish I would have though. I'm not really that outgoing. Like I'll go out, but I'll stay to my friend group. I don't really like talking to other people.
I feel that. I can understand that totally. People fucking suck. I'll be the first to tell you that.
And people are weird too.
And people are strange, especially when you're a stranger.
Yeah, when you're a stranger, like I don't want to be like, "What's up?" and then get a sexual harassment charge.
Dead ass. I fucking got your song stuck in my head. Booty meat, ass cheeks. Booty meat, ass cheeks. I want some booty meat and some ass cheeks, but you ain't like me adding on to it.
Ass cheeks are the same thing.
I'm saying, yeah, they are, aren't they?
Yeah.
All right, what's our first topic today? I already forgot.
Well, since we're talking about Milwaukee, let's talk about that Bucks Nets game.
Oh, and what the hell? Giannis do all this stuff to be freaking unstoppable during the season just for the playoffs to come around and him to look like a non-factor. Actually, it looks like the Bucks will be better when they're playing a team like the Nets in the last 4 minutes of crunch time, not having Giannis on the floor because, I don't know, just the spacing of the ball isn't right. Like, he can take it to the hole, but if, like, I don't know, why is Blake Griffin playing like a superstar all of a sudden?
I feel like he always has been capable of that. Like when he played for the Pistons, like basically the offense ran through him. Like he was the reason why they were in the playoffs when he was on the team. Like people talk about D Rose, but it was really Blake. Like he was basically playing like Giannis plays, except he was a better shooter. Like he shot better from three. He shot like 40% or something from three. So he was really good. And then I think Giannis should be on KD.
Of course. I don't even know. They do it because they match up lengthwise, but honestly, especially in this series, since it looks like James Harden isn't going to play, they need to box in one KD, but not with Giannis. I'm thinking Drew Holiday because Drew Holiday's just getting passed by Kyrie like it's nothing.
I don't think Giannis. I think it should be another like lengthy person on their team guarding KD, and then Giannis helps.
Who?
I don't know.
The Bucks don't have enough ammunition to compete with the Nets, man. This series is over already.
Maybe Brook Lopez?
No, he's not mobile enough to guard KD. KD gonna get past him like how he's doing with Drew.
I feel like they could like do a zone type thing where if KD penetrates, then Brook Lopez is there.
This is the thing with doing the zone against KD, though. He's just going to shoot.
Yeah, he can shoot from wherever. But and that's why I'm glad I'm not an NBA coach, because I ain't got to figure that shit out. But
Right.
my what I would do is I would play sort of like a half zone, half man, where you commit someone like Drew Holiday to KD, and if he gets past them, then you have Brook Lopez in the paint to help.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I just think the matchup. I don't think the Bucks have the type of team that can even compete. Maybe next round, different team, like the 76ers, if they advance. I think the 76ers can match up better. The Bucks just don't have the team to compete with the Nets. The Nets are like what the Warriors were, what the Heat was. They're just the top team in the league, and I don't. They're not going to compete.
Yeah, I'm actually thinking about going to a game. That Milwaukee trip wasn't that expensive, and I know people there, so I could probably just stay there. And the tickets are like $60.
Right. So I want to talk about Game 7, Clippers and Mavericks, since we're talking basketball. Did you see any of the game, or do you at least know the
Um,
result?
I kind of saw some of it when I was in bars when I was in Milwaukee. I
Yeah.
think
So
first of all, we just gotta say this: Luka Doncic. Luka
it's
Doncic
that
is a
guy.
bad man. Oh
Bad
my
man. Even
god.
though they lost, they did lose. Kawhi Leonard and Paul George is not playing to Paul George's level, I feel like. But since he has Kawhi, and I think Ty Lue in that first round, I think the first two games Ty Lue did a horrible coaching job with Patrick Beverly running around Luka Doncic and stuff. But after they made the adjustments, I can't really tell what they did. They pretty much made Porzingis a role player, and it was just Luka, and they were telling Luka beat us. And like he almost did, but Luka needed a little more experience, and like I
He
think they
needed
got
more
by the skin of
help.
their teeth.
He needed more
Yeah,
help.
yeah,
'Cause
and no slight because the Clippers actually kind of decidedly won the game, but it's because they literally made it Luka versus the Clippers.
well, I just feel like they had a learning curve with that series. Like they really had to
Yeah,
figure themselves out. And I really think what hurt them the most was having Serge Ibaka be injured during that series. Because
I can understand that.
If they had Serge Ibaka, like Serge Ibaka is like one of the best like defenders. I'm not gonna say in history, but I think he's like top in league history in blocks, like number 20 or something.
Yeah, but Serge doesn't really play like that anymore. He
Yeah, but
more,
I'm just saying that like that's he can if you need him to.
yeah.
But
I
now
don't
he's
know.
more of a
I'm not a
shooter.
fan. I'm saying if the Clippers win the championship, I won't be surprised. I want to see them play against the Nets and Phoenix. I don't know if that's possible. I don't know how the brackets out, but
If
I
Phoenix
don't really see
advances,
anyone beating Brooklyn except everybody. All the three stars from Brooklyn can get hurt easily, and I can see someone beating Brooklyn that way and that way only.
if Phoenix and the Clippers advance, then they'll play each other. But I think the Nuggets are going to advance from that series.
Do the Nuggets stand a chance against Brooklyn?
I think so. It for me, it's between the Nuggets and the. I think the Jazz are still playing.
I think the Nuggets needed to not get rid of Michael Porter Jr. I think he would
They
have been.
didn't.
Oh, is he still on the team? I haven't heard anything
Yeah,
from him.
he's on the team. He's basically. I mean, he's kind of slightly above a role player, but Jamal Murray is injured.
Yeah, I know Jamal Mercer. I can't lie to you though. I don't think I've watched the whole Nuggets game all the way through.
Yeah, Michael Porter Jr. is still on the team, but they run that. I mean, it was kind of bad that Jamal Murray got injured, but they run the whole offense through Jokic anyway.
Yeah, so we got to throw the Jazz in because I think they're a serious contender. What you think about them?
I don't think so because they don't really have somebody that can go out and get them 30 points if they need it.
Donovan Mitchell, Rudy Gobert
No,
got you 15.
no. Rudy Gobert sucks on offense. Like
Yeah, he
he's
he
good.
he could be better on offense. This is
He's
true.
good at certain points. Like sometimes he can catch the ball and like do a couple of dribbles, but he ain't doing no spin move. He ain't a post player. He's a defensive anchor. Like that's his main thing. And Donovan Mitchell, he can't. He can shoot, but he doesn't have good shot selection. Like if the main reason why they're as good as they are is because of the system they run, which is basically what the Warriors had like when they had their first big three with, Harrison Barnes and who else?
That was a good Warriors team. Best record
Yeah,
ever.
they had the motion offense, like everybody just running around the whole time.
Yeah.
Like that's what they.
Impossible to guard. And everyone had big centers on the team. This was before everyone went small ball and just no one could keep up with them.
Yeah, and they play basically they don't have power forwards. Like they play Gobert and Favors at center. And
Yeah.
that's it. Like,
And Derek Favors, man, disappointing career for the skill set he has, in my opinion, man.
I mean, everybody that started off on that team kind of had a disappointing career. Like Paul Millsap kind of had a
Yeah.
disappointing career. Al Jefferson kind of had a disappointing career. So
Yeah.
people basically go to the Jazz for their career to die. Okay,
All right.
that's kind of sad, but it's true.
I guess we're going to have a little small fourth wall meeting. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't watch basketball as much as I usually do this year, just because I don't know. I guess the pandemic kind of switched it up. But like I think our basketball discussion is good. So I think I'm gonna start watching more and we'll talk really more about basketball because I like this.
Basketball is my favorite sport.
Let's move to NFL for a quick second. You've heard about Aaron Rodgers, and he's not technically doing a holdout, but Aaron Rodgers isn't going to minicamp, as I don't think he should. He was the MVP last year, and Aaron Rodgers doesn't even really want to play for the Packers, and I think it's kind of bold that they didn't make a trade for him before the draft to just get more, because what's the point of having that?
I hate to be that guy, but I do not like football at all.
You don't like football at all?
Not even a little bit.
Okay, I can understand that. We don't have to do football talk.
To me, it's like watching golf. I mean, except niggas hit each other.
It's not as boring as golf.
Yeah, but like it take a long time for them to set up, and then like you gotta switch.
Not anymore. The last couple of years, football's has actually gotten pretty fast paced because of teams like the Kansas City Chiefs and the Los Angeles Rams, Seattle Seahawks.
I still just can't. Like, I think it's because I didn't like it when I was a kid, so I really don't have any attachment to it. I started liking basketball when I like started
because you're tall as shit and you
I started liking it like any kid starts liking stuff. You know, you turn it on, you think, oh, that's cool. I want to be able to do that.
So, do you keep up with professional wrestling at all?
I kind of stopped doing that, but I know some of the people.
Well, I'll tell you this: WWE sucks. No, WWE sucks. I don't know shit that's going on in WWE today. I watched a new company, AEW, but you don't know anything about that. We don't have to watch that. Let's continue.
I'll watch it if it's better than WWE.
So I will say it's better in WWE in the terms of it's just more raw. But I will say this, people who've been watching WWE their whole life, I think it's going to be hard for them to adjust to AEW because AEW doesn't really take it that serious. AEW is like me with my rap. Like AEW knows what it is. It knows it's sweet at some stuff and no, it's not at other stuff. And it's not even been around 5 years yet. They're still trying to figure themselves out. I love AEW just because it's raw, like, and they acknowledge that wrestling is predetermined, but like they don't plan shit that they do, and like AEW is a different experience.
I didn't even know that. Like growing up, I thought the WWE was the only like professional wrestling company. Like it's so crazy to think about it.
That's what they do, but there's so many.
Yeah, I mean, but during the early 2000s, WWE was the biggest one because
they were actually good then, though. They were actually good.
I know that's why I enjoyed it. Like I remember when Rey Mysterio won the heavyweight championship and then he won the tag team championship with Batista.
That
shit was amazing. Like, and it was like the biggest come up story. Like, and that nigga was 5'6", like one.
And his best friend had just died a couple years before that.
Yeah, Eddie Guerrero died too.
Yep. You gotta throw Eddie Viva la Raza. That cheating still, baby.
So that was crazy. Like that was just a good time to be alive. And
yeah,
that made me love Rey Mysterio.
Rey Mysterio is one of those guys. You know, he's the tag team champion with his son right now, actually.
Really?
Yeah, in WWE. I know that much about WWE. Because I follow my wrestling for my AEW show. They throw WWE in there, so I do know some stuff that's going on. WWE has some hot female wrestlers though. I give them that. Oh my God, Carmella. Google
All right,
her.
let's not be too thirsty. I did
Bro, fuck it. I don't care.
a
Sasha
couple
Banks, Jesus.
a couple years ago, I actually did see Jeff Hardy in a Walmart parking lot when I was in Richmond.
Oh yeah, I think you remember. I remember you telling me that story. Tell the story.
And,
Jeff Hardy's one of my favorite wrestlers.
and I didn't want to like get out of my car and like rush him for an autograph, so I kind of just watched him walk in. And then I saw other people rushing for autographs, and I was like, "Fuck, that should have been me." You know,
It should have been me.
it should have been me. But you know,
yeah, I love me some Jeff Hardy.
I was just a scared 21-year-old kid just waiting in the parking lot.
How old are you now?
23.
Oh, this was a couple years ago.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was kind of fucked up. It wasn't awesome because I didn't get to meet him. If I would have been like taking pictures of like, but I'm way taller.
I've seen him live. I've seen him live a couple times. I have an ex-friend, because I do not fuck with that motherfucker now, who has one time we were at a show when he wrestled for TNA. We were at a show. He jumped the rail because we were back pretty far and ran when he was to the ring. He ran, jumped the thing, and took 2 selfies with Jeff Hardy, jumped back over the railing and came to our seats. And it was awesome. Security didn't even fuck with him.
Man, Jeff Hardy was so cool growing up. Like the fucking, I wish I would have asked him to take a picture doing a Swanton bomb.
you got to pay him to do that. That's a serious bump.
Yeah. You remember when he like climbed on the top of the rafters and did that Swanton bomb off the fucking
bro?
rafters?
I'm telling you, he's my favorite wrestler. I've seen almost everything he's done. Jeff Hardy's that man, and I love his brother Matt too. And his brother Matt wrestles for AEW, and he's doing this thing where he's like a mafia boss, and he's got all his wrestlers like wrestle in like $30,000 outfits. I'm talking about Private Party be coming out in Gucci couture and belts and shit, beating people ass in the most expensive outfits, and Matt Hardy's just counting money, talking shit to everybody. It's dope.
Yeah, Matt Hardy was pretty cool, but he was no Jeff Hardy.
Jeff definitely is a GOAT.
Yeah. All right. I think we've talked enough about sports.
Yeah, definitely. At the beginning of the show, we made all the girls bored.
Let's talk about movies. Last week I went to see A Quiet Place Part 2, and it was amazing. Like I forgot how good it felt to be in a movie theater and like having the whole experience, especially when you're in a movie theater by yourself. Like when you get the popcorn and you got
you love movies too. I remember when you lived here, you were always going to the movies like twice a week.
Oh my God, bro. I will go see a movie. I mean, I got a pretty nice setup in my room. Like my TV is like 70 inches. And you know, I got studio set up, so I got good sound. I know what good sound sounds like. But when I went to see A Quiet Place Part 2, bro, like it was just like speakers everywhere, like you could hear the shit, like how far away it was. Like you don't get that anywhere else.
That is true. So how many people were in the theater when you were there?
It was literally me and my date, and then there was 2 other people.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's the best experience.
You say you saw A Quiet Place too?
Yep.
Was it any good?
Yes.
It was good?
Yeah, and it was like it was basically exactly what I thought it was gonna be from the first movie. But it's like they filmed both of them at the same time. Like they filmed part 1 and then part 2, like not even a week later.
Low key, they be doing that though, so they probably did.
Yeah, but I don't know about that because the boy was kind of older.
Was it a different actor though?
No, he was older.
Okay.
The same actor but older. But it's obvious they're trying to do a part 3. They're trying to get that money.
I will check that out. A girl that has a crush on me has recommended that I see she went well she has HBO Max, so she watched it at home, but it's a new movie called The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It. You heard about this one?
Yeah, I wanted to see it, but I haven't seen any of the other movies, so I need
You
to
haven't
watch.
seen any of them? Dude, it's a big franchise. It's all the Annabelle movies and all the Conjuring movies.
Yeah, it's like 7 movies. I haven't seen any of them.
I haven't seen any of them either, but I want to see this one just because, like, the title, "The Devil Made Me Do It," and then I was really stoned when I first saw the first trailer,
Oh
and
yeah, so when the kid was like,
it was just really interesting. So I want to go see it, and I'm probably gonna go see it by myself. I don't want to take a date or nothing because I like scary. I like being like scared, scary movies and shit, and like I don't, you know what I'm saying. So I'm probably gonna go to the theater and see that sometime this week. And next
yeah,
time we
I
talk, I'll tell you about it.
I kind of hate going to see scary movies with females because they cover their eyes the whole time. Or like when there's a
Yeah.
jump scare, I'm like, you missing the movie? Like, why are you covering your face? And then they be on their phone. Like, females just annoying. I mean, I love them. You know what I'm
Can't
saying?
live without them.
I
Love
love
them,
the
but I hate
ladies,
them.
but they well, not really females, just this generation. Like, stay off your phone for 2 minutes, please.
I can't. Well, I be having more fun with my two sugar mamas than I be having fun with any girls around our age.
I'm not gonna say it's all girls our age because I have some female friends that are like my best friends. You know what I'm saying? Like I've told you, like one of them I was in their wedding. I'm the godfather of their kid. Another one I've known for years, and but not all women are like that. And I'd say the vast majority of younger women are like always in their phone, always gossiping about somebody. Like, come
I
on.
don't mind the gossiping about somebody because I like the gossip too. I mean, like, look at us on this show, you know. But the I don't like the talking mad shit, and I do not like this person. But when this person comes around, you can't tell. I don't like that.
Yeah, that's what I mean by gossiping.
Yeah.
If you're gonna say something behind somebody back, be open about it.
Yeah, if I don't fuck with somebody and I'm talking about them, like then when they're around, like it's known that I don't fuck with them. I wouldn't even acknowledge them. I probably talk shit to them. You know me, I ain't fucking start fights. So if I don't like them that much, I'll take it that far sometimes.
Yeah, women nowadays are really petty and really catty. I just can't deal with it. I'm gonna
Yeah.
give me an old woman.
I'm saying I like hanging out. I found two anomalies, I think. And but I don't see being in a relationship with a woman much older because women just already be going through so much, like especially if she's had like a couple kids. With kids, sometimes, especially as they get older, they'll be having surgeries and shit. And like, I'm a healthy 25-year-old, bro. I've never had any type of surgery in my life and stuff like that. Like, I don't want to be with someone that's going to be making me feel old and shit.
Yeah. All right, what should we talk about next?
Um, since we're talking about fucking women and shit, do you want to get a little controversial? Because I just want to talk about something.
Oh, go ahead.
I want to talk about the abortion debate because it's actually a topic that's going on in the country right now with states making laws about abortion. Um, just it goes on various, and a lot of them are trying to ban abortions or punish women for getting abortions. I want to first say, what is your stance on abortion?
I am pro-choice. I believe the woman should be able to make the choice, but I also think it should be if a woman wants the abortion, she should be able to get it. But if she wants to keep it, both the man and the woman have to say yes. That's what I think.
I can understand that. I'm gonna tell you what I think. I'm for pro-choice. And I think if a woman shows up and wants to get an abortion anywhere, she should be able to get an abortion, no questions asked. Or if the baby wants to be kept and the man does not want the baby to be kept, I believe there should be some type of legal agreement. And I'm not saying since the men don't want the baby to be kept, I don't think full child support is fair. but he kind of, if a woman still wants to keep a baby, he's gonna have to, maybe we can come up with a half child support or something. But I do not think that laws in this area are necessary except for like safety laws. I think women should be able to get abortions up until whatever, like the when it's a real baby is formed. I do not think, and I'm saying actually, my mother actually used to work in a clinic that did late term abortions. And so I even think those should be legal because you never know. I know girls who get pregnant by a guy or whatever and they try to have the baby, but during the pregnancy they realize like I really don't fuck with this nigga. And if they don't want the baby, I think they should get rid of it. And I hate the banning abortions because let me tell you this story that I read about not too long ago. It was a couple years, I think it was 2016. It was this Christian family in Texas, and like that granddad was a pastor and all of that. So one day the 14-year-old daughter ends up pregnant. No one knows how she ended up pregnant. This is a Christian family. No boys have been over or whatever. They're like, oh my God, they go so extreme to think, is this a virgin being pregnant? She finally admits her granddad has been raping her forever, and she is pregnant from this. Of course, this turns very controversial, and they start thinking, damn, should this baby be born or should it be aborted? This is a Christian family. A pastor has raped his granddaughter and got her pregnant. And Texas is one of the states that are trying to get a wild ass law right now. If this was in 2016, so they were fine and the baby got aborted, and I'm sure they live in their crazy life now. But if they ban abortion and that baby was born, like, come on. That girl shouldn't have to go through that her whole life.
All right, what do you think about this? So, if a child is under 18, whose choice should it be to abort the baby?
The child's and the parents, but the responsible parents. And like there should be, and like we can kind of tell. Like if it's a situation like that where it's a granddad that raped the child or a dad that raped the child and it's the baby, I think it should just automatically be, we all as a moral society should say, this is fucked up. Let's get rid of it. I don't think we should, unless they're just that crazy and they want the baby to be born, I don't think we need to even ask them. And situations like that, no.
I believe that it should always be the kid's choice. Like, because you never know, like, kids get raped and don't tell nobody and then be pregnant for 3-4 months.
Yeah.
So I would say, allow them to make their own choice. They made their own choice by getting pregnant, so they should be able to make their own choice by, doing the fetus deletus.
Yeah, and I like that you said that too, though, because we're talking about like in situations like rape or whatever, and like obviously those kids should be aborted. But I also feel like if a woman just got pregnant and doesn't want a child or another child and says, you know what, I want to go for an abortion, I think she should be allowed to. I don't think we should ask any questions. Like I said, I think it should just be allowed.
Yeah. It should be like going to get a tetanus shot. Like it should just be a medical procedure.
Yeah. And I don't think men should be allowed to be making laws on this because we don't know.
That's kind of crazy though, because white people made civil rights laws. You know what I'm saying? Men.
Exactly. Look how good they are. Look how good they are.
I'm just saying, like, white men gave the power of women to vote. Like, you can't really say, oh, this group.
And that was great. But like for us to move on as a society, I think we should attack that thing. Laws that are exclusively about women should be voted on by exclusively women. Laws on exclusively minorities should be voted on and discussed by exclusively minorities. And the rich white people will get their own things. When they want to make their little tax laws, guess what? It'll be exclusively them, and they can do whatever the fuck they want. And of course, I know they'll screw us somehow that way too, but it's baby steps.
I just don't, I think that's a slippery slope, because then like you won't let black congressmen and congresswomen rule on shit that affects mostly white people.
Yeah, but also we've gotten to a point where there are black millionaires, and so there'll probably be a couple sprinkled in there if we do it fairly. Because Jay-Z, P. Diddy, Like, unless it's just like a non-entertainer thing, because I'm sure there's some black millionaires that did it not in entertainment, but most of them are in entertainment.
My personal opinion is that we should just get rid of Congress.
Oh
Everybody,
yeah,
and
I love that.
we should send out email links for everybody to vote on everything.
I agree with that so wholeheartedly, but you already know they're not going to do that because they're going to be like, what about people that aren't citizens, underage? And they're going to start a whole mess. But have
Well,
you heard
obviously,
Jeff?
you'd sign up with a social security number, so.
Oh,
But people are
true.
stupid.
And that way you can get the calls all day. Freaking, we have your social security number. Oh, you know, the little scam joints where Indian people don't even know your fucking name, but they have your social
Is this
security.
Eden Podcast?
Hey, bro, have you heard Jeff Bezos is sending himself to space?
Yeah.
Hey, somebody should shoot that motherfucker in his fucking head, bro. That shit's just gonna open up a whole new fucking bunch of bullshit.
I just
Oh
don't
my god.
I just don't like the fact that you're a billionaire, first of all. You have hundreds
Right.
of billions of dollars.
One of the
After you're
richest men in
divorced.
the world.
After you're divorced, you have hundreds of billions of dollars. And instead of doing shit like using that money to plant more trees so that global warming will slow down, or uh, you know, stopping deforestation, or
Stopping world hunger.
stopping world hunger, you want to create a space craft.
And go to fucking space. Where the fuck you gonna go? I hope he dies up there.
And the thing about it is he's not even going nowhere. Like, he's going 60 miles above the earth, and that's it.
I hope his spaceship fucking explodes, or I hope aliens come and visit us and fucking take him captive and fucking ask us what to do with us, and we all vote with a link, like you said, to get that motherfucker to get fucked in the ass by aliens.
I don't think that's gonna happen, because if aliens take somebody, they're gonna take somebody useful.
Oh, that's a shot. That's a
Jeff,
shot.
Jeff Bezos ain't do shit but create Amazon. Like, I
That's a
can create
shot.
a company and make a whole bunch of money. That don't make me smarter than anybody. That make me
Yeah,
more
imagine if
knowledgeable.
you were white.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. Anybody that want to try to give Jeff Bezos credit, he ain't getting it here. I hope he fucking dies in space, and I hope he was an idiot with his will and didn't leave it to like a couple of people, and we make the world a better place with all that money, because it's actually fucking ridiculous that the amount of wealth is spread to only 1% of the population, and there's people out here dying every day of hunger, starvation, and crime. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like I feel like there should be an income limit. Like,
Right.
after like $1 billion, you don't really
You
need.
won the game. Congratulations. You get whatever you want. Now the rest of the money goes to people who are trying to figure it out.
Yeah, you don't even need any more money after like maybe 5 billion. Because, but if you got $168 billion, you can buy every yacht, like
Right. You
every
can
type
buy
of yacht,
everything. You can buy a spaceship and go to space.
and then not even make a dent in your money. Like, that is
Right.
ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
And your workers, so Amazon employees should literally all be living in mansions, but I know some.
Yeah, he could give all of them like $1 million.
Like, it's really ridiculous. It's going to piss me off talking about the wealth gap in the world, not just the country, the world. Saudi Arabia? Are you serious?
Yeah, that's a million millions. Actually, he could give all of them $1 million, and it wouldn't even like, he wouldn't even crack a billion, right?
Bro, Jeff Bezos has, I saw a thing. It was like Jeff Bezos has so much money. They were like he could literally, with his own wallet and overpopulation, world hunger, and the water shortage, and still have like $70 billion.
But I don't think we should rely on rich people to do shit like that. We need to rely on.
Well, they're selfish. That's how they got rich.
Well, I'm saying we need to. That's the job of our government, which is in total shit right now. You've been keeping up with that?
Bro, You know I hate the government, so tell me what's been going on.
Basically, Democrats have been trying to like do shit like pass COVID relief bill, $15 minimum wage, stuff like that.
Okay.
But no Republicans in the Senate have been voting with Democrats on anything. And recently, they put forth a vote to kill the filibuster, which would change it from them needing 60 votes for shit to pass to it to be 51. So basically, it would basically be a tie, and then Kamala Harris would break the tie.
Sign it in. Okay, that's a good. I like that idea, but they're not going to vote for that.
But there's this Democratic senator. His name is Joe Manchin, and from West Virginia, that just doesn't want to do it.
I agree with him actually. You want me to tell you why?
Let me say this first. If y'all don't know about the filibuster, it basically is the thing that requires there to be 60 votes for anything to pass in the Senate. And it was really big in the Jim Crow era when they were trying to pass anti-lynching laws, and basically the Senate would kill the anti-lynching laws with the filibuster. But go ahead.
Okay, so what is the rule for a law to pass? Is it 60 votes or is it more than 50%?
In the Senate is 60 votes.
And that's the rule, no matter what, like before anything else, that's the rule.
Yep, you gotta get a supermajority.
I think that should remain the rule because if we do switch it for stuff like this, we give them the opportunity to pull the 51 votes for something worse later. And it's just baby steps. Like the $15 minimum wage isn't going to get the 60 votes. Maybe for right now, let's just make it 11. Maybe that can get 60. And then in a year, we can try for 13.
I don't think so. I think the people in America are starting to wake up. And you saw that in the last election when Georgia turned blue and voted in 2 blue Democratic senators, and Texas turned blue and voted for Joe Biden. So I feel like the country's moving to the left because a lot of people.
Well, we're out here struggling, man.
Well, no, like for like 50 years, the Republican Party platform was hate black people. And well, not Republican, because Democrats were the racist party back in the early 1900s. So basically, it was hate black people. And then when you couldn't hate black people, it was hate communists. And then when you couldn't hate communists anymore, hate gays. And then when you couldn't hate gays anymore, hate trans people. So,
ooh, I want to talk about that too.
Basically, the entire. You can't stand what?
Homophobia and transphobia.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, like, basically, that's their entire platform. But once people realize that the government as a whole is trying to fuck people over, they're gonna start going to the people that aren't trying to fuck them over. So that's why a lot of people like Bernie Sanders. That's why a lot of people like AOC and Ilhan Omar and my representative Rashida Tlaib, because they know that they're on their side. And you can tell.
Did you vote today?
Huh?
Did you vote today?
I'm in Michigan. I don't vote.
Oh, we voted today in Virginia. You know I didn't go, but yeah, they voted today in Virginia.
But yeah, I think maybe lose my train of thought.
I'm sorry. You were talking about progressives.
Yeah, basically, I feel like, no pun intended, but the country is progressing in a more positive direction. Because, like, why can't now people are starting to say, why can't people make $15 an hour? You
right.
know what I'm saying? That's not hurting me. People should be able to make $15 an hour. People should be able to go get student loan. People shouldn't have to have $150,000 in debt if they want to be a doctor.
Okay, you know I'm gonna throw an extreme opinion out there.
What?
Okay, do you think we need to maybe have a small civil war, and I'm talking about the very wealthy versus everyone else, just for physical domination, just to see?
No. And
I mean, a lot of people would die, and I know that's why people don't like war.
This is why, because if that was to happen, it would be like people that aren't trying to do the most positive things. Basically, I think they're called bad faith actors. Bad faith actors. People that like will just basically try to take over whatever movement the regular people come up with, and then there'll be like some anti-Semitic shit being said. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's gonna
It's funny
randomly.
you brought that up because that actually happened with the Black Lives Matter movement. To touch on earlier episodes, so especially here in my city. So what happened was there was a bunch of different BLM groups, but when you got down to the nitty gritty, this group was about, hey, let's go out here and terrorize the buildings, which is why our city got tore up last year. And then this group was more about peace and love. And then we had a group that actually shot at police and was all about violence. And that is what war will bring. Um, it's no one's going to be 100% on one certain side, and if everyone's going off in complete chaos, the stronger heads are going to try to push their agendas, and war really is never the answer to anything.
You brought up Civil War.
I
I
know, because I like talking about it to just show people that, like, even though it seems like a quick fix, all it does is make rich people richer and make everyone else miserable.
I think there's always a space for violent revolution. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
Needs aren't being
very
met,
little.
if people's needs aren't being met. And I mean, when you have wages staying at 725 for 40 years, and then the cost of living going up like 1,000%. I don't know if that's the exact, but like a lot. Like people used to be able to work a summer job back in the 70s and pay off their college tuition for a semester. But now, even with taking out grants, you still have to take out a whole bunch of loans just to get through a semester in college because it's like $20,000.
Right.
Like it's ridiculous. And
It
prices have
is.
always been going up and wages have stayed the same. And wages haven't changed because of the incompetence of the government and people like rich people lobbying the government so that they can pay their employees less.
Yeah, that's true. Aaron, you're so smart, dude.
I'm not that smart. We're all smart in our own way, John.
That's true.
Yeah. What are we talking about next? What's up next? What's on the docket?
Um, I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
Hold up.
Let's talk about reboots. Since all right,
It's kind of a movie episode. We talked about movies a little bit. Let's talk about movies some more. Why
yeah.
is Hollywood doing nothing but reboots? Can no one think of anything original?
All right, so I actually wrote about this a couple of times. Don't tell nobody, but I tend to rethink, not rethink, but redo essay topics when I get bored.
All
Or
right,
not
let's see
bored,
what you
but
got.
when I don't have anything else to come up with. But
Okay.
I wrote a couple of essays when I was in college about nostalgia porn.
All right. Yeah.
I said porn. John was like, "Ha ha, yes, nah." But it's like, you know, when they did that Lion King reboot, when they're doing the Star Wars movies, they're doing all the live action, like live action Mulan, Beauty and the Beast. They're trying to tap into like, you know, what people like from those movies back then to try to
Right.
get that same experience now. I actually read that they were doing Motown, like Motown, but on stage, like on Broadway. Like
Okay.
they basically took the storyline from people in Motown and like created a Broadway show from it. And like people from Motown were like, what the fuck are y'all doing? Like we should be getting money from this, but they weren't, because the people from Motown were the ones that controlled their publishing rights, their copyright, all of that. So
Okay.
the people that actually created that music weren't getting the money from it, but the people at the head of Motown were. So it's kind of ridiculous that like artists don't get represented when they do these reboots, or when they do like live action adaptations or on stage adaptations, and it's just a cash grab. Like the movies and the TV shows and stuff that they make aren't really that good or
They're
engaging.
always mid.
Yeah,
Always.
especially Beauty and the Beast. Like, you know, that bitch could not sing, and y'all put her in the movie as Belle, and she could not sing at all. Like that's
I
the most.
haven't even seen any of these live action remakes because I knew they're trash.
Yeah, the chick that played Belle, which is the chick from Harry Potter, Hermione.
Oh damn, that's horrible.
Yeah, she was Belle for Beauty and the Beast.
Jesus
I'm
Christ.
I mean, she kind of looked like her, but I don't think she should have been Belle. Like the chick that should be Belle. Like if you're gonna do that, you need to get a person that's unknown. Like why are you giving opportunities to the same people that have been in movies already? When there's so many people that need their big break.
She
That
probably
can
sucked a
sing.
nigga dick or something.
Dead ass. Well, no, she got name recognition. That's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that you can do it right. Like if you got a cinematic universe that's been going on for like 10, 15 years, like the MCU or I think we were talking about the Conjuring series. That's been going on for a while,
Oh
right?
yeah, Fast and Furious been going on for a
Yeah,
minute.
Fast and Furious. If you make a movie and that kind of taps into people's nostalgia, that's okay because it's something fresh from an existing property. Like when they made
Yeah, like
Legend of
horror
Korra,
movies. Yeah,
or when they
horror
made
movies
Legend
are
of
a good
Korra,
example.
when they made Legend of Korra.
Oh
But
yeah,
when
yeah, the Avatar new show.
you take something that people like a lot from back in the day, 30 years ago, and you try to remake it now, it's not gonna hold up because a whole bunch of shit has changed since then.
Yeah,
And the people that watched that when they were kids are grown now.
yeah,
But I think the people that did that the best was the MCU, and that's
yeah. The
why
MCU did a good job.
they made like $1 billion on like their last 3 movies because they
They
did
did a
such a good
great
job.
job updating. The MCU did.
Yep.
They did a great job updating.
You want to explain that a little bit more?
So like yeah, so if anybody that like and like so these superheroes go back to before us. Super comic books were really big in the 80s and 90s and like in those worlds they had like payphones and stuff. Like Superman's famous for changing in the payphone. I know he's not MCU, but it's the same topic. And like what the Marvel movies did was like they kind of put those same storylines just in not in today's world, but in the world 5 years ago, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And it's really good because I don't think anybody would really sit through 10 Marvel movies that are all set in the 70s because they did have some movies that were set back in time, like Captain America and Captain Marvel, but a good majority of them were set in a parallel universe to today's day and age.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what made them interesting. It's like, oh wow, this could be going on around me, like type shit.
Yeah, like no one's gonna set Beauty and the Beast in Detroit in
Oh yeah,
2020.
it wouldn't work. It wouldn't work.
Yeah, so that's why I think they should just stay away from that stuff. And if they are gonna reboot stuff, they should do stuff with timeless appeal, like those comic book characters. And if
Well,
they do that, then they should update it to what happens today. Like I think they could do that with Back to the Future, but I also don't think that they should just completely remake the movie like they did with Mulan and
no, it needs to be a
Lion
new
King.
original story.
Yeah, and I
So,
kind of like how they did that with Star Wars too. Like it was,
but the
I mean,
Star
even though
Wars movies suck.
people didn't like them, but it was at least it was a new
At least
take.
they tried.
Yeah, at least it was a new take. Like this is a spoiler alert, but the last movie's been out for like 2 years now, so it's not really a spoiler alert. The chick is Palpatine's daughter. It's kind of weird that Palpatine was still alive.
Who's Palpatine?
You never seen Star Wars?
I ain't never seen none of the new ones except like the first one.
Palpatine is from like the original trilogy. He was
Yeah,
the
but I
one
don't
controlling.
remember who he was. Is he like he was one of the bad guys?
He was the one controlling Vader.
Oh, okay, that really old, scary looking guy.
Yeah. So if
Oh, okay.
the chick
He
from the
got
Star Wars,
pussy?
I guess he
Damn.
got pussy before, and then his son got pussy.
Oh, okay.
Niggas be getting pussy.
Yeah, I'm saying you got that much power. What I wanted to say when we were talking about Disney live action remakes, you know what they should remake that they haven't that would
What
actually go today? Treasure Planet and Atlantis. You remember those movies?
wasn't that with the dude with the hair?
Yeah, they both were adventure movies, but they were animations that were set in the future that they could live action remake now and it would actually go, because especially like Atlantis, they like were looking for the lost city of Atlantis and like with the water and stuff.
Oh yeah. I actually when I was on Instagram, I saw that what's his name? The dude from Holes that played Zero.
Yeah. Okay.
He wanted to be the dude from Treasure whatever.
Treasure Planet.
Yeah. Look him up.
That one's set in space. That one's set in space. That would go now.
His name is hold on. Give me 1 second. Just keep talking.
So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and move on then, and I'm gonna talk
no.
about.
I wanted to talk about this a little bit more.
Okay, so we'll talk.
Cleo Thomas, the dude from he played Zero in Holes.
Oh yeah. He's famous on TikTok too.
Yeah, he want to be the dude from Treasure Planet.
The main dude.
Yeah.
Okay, that's progressive. The main dude is white, but I personally don't care. Hell yeah, put some color on the screen.
I mean, he light skinned, so I mean,
yeah, might go. But yeah, I'm saying they dropped the ball. They wanted to get all the movies that they knew all the fucking Karens were gonna go take their kids to, and they should have just did movies like that would have brought in a whole audience of everyone. But they dropped the ball.
And that's why I'm glad, even though I don't like nostalgia porn in the general sense, I like the fact that you heard about the people from Avatar getting their like own production like setup from Nick, right?
No.
Yeah, you remember the show Avatar: The Last Airbender?
Yeah, it's one of my favorite shows of all time.
Yeah, they're gonna start making new shows.
Hey, that's awesome.
Same universe, yeah. So
that's awesome.
Nick basically gave them a whole bunch of money. And after they put it on Netflix and everybody was watching it and it was ridiculous, Nick was like, yeah, y'all need to come back over here.
That show's been so hot forever. I'm surprised it took this long for Nick to want to do that.
I mean, it was because like you couldn't really get it anywhere until they put it on Netflix like a couple years ago, and then everybody was watching it. And I honestly forgot how good the show was.
That show was great. The show was great. I've seen that show from beginning to end probably 4 times, and the only shows I've seen from beginning to end more is like my favorite shows like Entourage and The Walking Dead. Like that show's up there. And Into the Badlands, I love that show.
I've seen Rick and Morty a couple of times front to back.
Well, Rick and Morty is a good show.
Yeah, I've seen it 3 times front to back. And I also watched Wayward Pines. If you haven't seen Wayward Pines, you gotta watch Wayward Pines.
All right, I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah, it's amazing.
You ever watch Entourage?
No.
Entourage is great.
Isn't it just a whole bunch of douchey guys running around doing agent stuff?
Yeah, and it's awesome. It's a great show.
Are there titties?
Yo, hell yeah, all throughout. Every episode, at least 2.
All right, bad. I'm watching it. Titties.
Entourage is a great show. I actually am gonna start rewatching it soon. I love that show.
I tried watching The Walking Dead, but like every time I get to like the 3rd or 4th season, I just get tired of it.
It gets slow in the middle, and then it picks back up onto the end, and a lot of people lose it in the middle.
Yeah, I mean, like with Breaking Bad, I watched Breaking Bad front to back. It was great. Like there were a couple of slow episodes, but there was never like a horrible episode. And Bryan Cranston is just an amazing actor.
Yeah. What other TV shows you like? Have you seen Into the Badlands?
No.
Into the Badlands is great. It's a show set in a world, post-apocalyptic world after war. They have a bunch of colonies. It's kind of set in the Middle East. And no guns are allowed. Everyone's doing kung fu and they're at war with each other. It's only like I think 3 or 4 seasons, but it's a great show. And it's just live action all the way through.
Okay, I'm probably gonna watch that. Is it like the fight looks real and like people are bleeding and shit? Or is it
yeah, it's very graphic too, yes.
Okay, and I'm watching it. Because
it's great.
Like if I gotta watch some fighting stuff, I mean the only movie that really got away with this was The Matrix. But if you're gonna be punching somebody a whole bunch of times, they gotta bleed or something. You know what I'm saying?
This movie, they be cutting people's heads off, and this series is great. It was on AMC, Into the Badlands. It was awesome.
All right, what do you think about all of these like streaming services doing dual releases?
What do you mean by dual releases?
All right, so Disney Plus released Mulan on Disney Plus, but it was also out in theaters. Same thing with HBO Max
Oh yeah,
and
with like The
recent licensing.
Conjuring.
Yeah.
I think it's a good idea. I think because like me, I don't have HBO Max. I don't have Disney Plus. So if I really want to go see something they just put out, I'm gonna go see it in theaters.
It's
And that's what they should do with very new stuff, that they should get every dollar they can, because once the next new thing come out, people aren't gonna watch it if it comes across when they want to watch something.
yeah, I mean, that's what one thing I don't really like about the pandemic is that it kind of forced those companies to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because otherwise they would have just sat on those movies for like a year until they could release them in theaters, and then people like would not want to go see them
Yeah.
because they haven't been in movie theaters for so long. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I mean, that's why I didn't like the pandemic got in the way of that. But I mean, I like the fact that they're doing it now because now a lot of the time I don't even have to go pay for a movie. I don't have to pay $11 for a movie because I'm paying $8 for HBO Max and I can watch it on there. But Disney Plus, they do it to where you gotta pay to watch the new movie.
Oh really?
Yeah, like when Mulan came out, you had to pay 20 for premiere access.
Damn, that's whack as fuck.
Yeah,
Yeah, you might as well just go to the theater.
yeah. Well, it's $20 because like you can watch it with other people.
Yeah, I guess. I'm saying Mulan, nothing I would want to see to pay $20 for. Maybe
It's
The
like rent.
Conjuring.
It's like when you rent stuff on like for
On
cable.
demand,
Yeah,
yeah.
it'd
And
be
see,
like
I never
200.
did that. It's ridiculous. I only do that for wrestling pay-per-views.
I'd do it for wrestling and probably
Porn.
no, not even porn. There's
Yeah, it's
so
not worth it.
there's so much free porn. You can find literally whatever you want to watch on the
Yeah,
internet.
and the shit they play on cable ain't even really that great.
Yeah, it'd be like softcore, like they blocking they blocking the action you want to see.
Yeah,
You
and
know,
I don't even think they like really be fucking in some of those things, man.
yeah, that I don't think they do either.
Yeah, I mean, I don't fucking know. Like, it's just the actions are so over exaggerated and stuff, and the camera angles. It's like, it ain't no way they really doing that shit.
Yeah, that is the worst type of porn. I'd rather just watch some stuff on fucking Pornhub and call it a day.
Yeah, there's shit. That shit's just for like background. If you just want softcore porn in your background,
All
I
right,
don't
now
think
that we're
anyone.
talking about porn, I think we should answer the question that John posed in our agenda, which is whether or not porn can be made into serious films or be integrated. What do you mean by that?
So like, can we make like a serious film that like people go to the theater and watch and like is Academy Award winning, and just like it has some extremely graphic sex scenes that make you
Um
want to jerk off? Like, can we have a porn movie that has a really good storyline as well
uh
and really good acting? Can it
I don't
happen?
I don't think so because I don't even think the the R rating can, like, if something's rated R, like I don't think it covers explicit sex scenes.
Yeah, but see, now we got streaming services and all of that. You could just have a big ass X-rated warning, but the hype is this is a really good movie. It's just got some serious fucking in it.
Yeah, I don't know because kids use streaming services.
Yeah, but like this, that's not our fault. Like this, the
Yeah,
parents' fault.
and
The
they got
parent better
kids.
figure
Yeah, they got kids parts of the streaming service, but I don't know. I don't think that personally. I don't think that could work out just because like it's just too extreme. Like people see a nipple and they freak out. You know what I'm saying? So imagine seeing a whole ass like a bitch getting fucked by two dudes with, you know, 12-foot long, dicks just going in and out. Like that's ridiculous.
I think it can be done if it is done properly, and it's going to have to be in like French film style. Like it's going to have to be a drama, and the sex scenes. It can't be like a real porn movie where it's just sex scene after sex scene after sex scene. Like you have to really do storytelling. Maybe two or 3 sex scenes, and like, or maybe 2 like full blown sex scenes, and then like a couple like quick like one scene like 2 minutes of a blowjob in a car or something. But it all has to be part of a story. And I think it can be done. And fucking someone give me the budget, I fucking help make it. I don't think I can do it by myself, but I think it can be done.
I don't know, bro. It's just like a lot of people don't even like seeing, like, if you see if you see a woman's nipple on TV, people go crazy, start block
Well,
like.
obviously
I don't know.
this movie wouldn't be a movie that they play on cable or whatever. But like, I think if it's good enough, I think it can happen, man. I think the thing is like it's got to be very serious, and like the sex scenes is that's what I say. It has to be a drama. This movie can't be a comedy. It can't be an action movie. It's gonna have to be a drama. It's gonna be have to be about someone, and it's just 2 very serious sex scenes, and then like I said, just a couple clips like a blowjob in the car or fucking a quickie in the bathroom or something, just to show like people be having sex.
Okay. I mean, they kind of had that now, but it's just not as extreme. But
Yeah, I think they
yeah,
need to like really show it. They're like real sex.
yeah. All right,
It's a stretch. I admit it.
all right. I think we're getting close to our mark. So let's just wrap this episode up with our top five. And
Trilogies.
this week our top five is film trilogies. So did you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. My number 5 was the Toy Story trilogy.
It's not a trilogy anymore.
It's not a trilogy anymore. So what I had did though, I was like, I'm just gonna include first 3 movies, or like if like I said, Star Wars, just whichever trilogy of that I wanted to, because like we live in the time. So I say the first 3 Toy Stories.
We definitely live in a time
Yeah,
and a place.
you dig. And then I like the Dark Knight trilogy at number 4.
Mhm.
And then I've never seen the Lord of the Rings trilogy, but I want to put it at number 3 because of its impact on movies.
I don't really think you can count that because it's part of a bigger universe. Well, no, you can because Iron Man has a trilogy and he's still in other movies in the
And
universe.
my number 2, the Captain America trilogy.
What's your favorite movie in the Captain America trilogy?
Civil War.
You stupid. I mean, I'm not gonna say you stupid. You crazy.
What's your favorite movie?
Winter Soldier.
Civil War is so just sweet.
Say that again. I lost you.
Civil War is sweet. Civil War
Yeah,
is just so sweet.
You don't remember when he was beating niggas up in the elevator, dog?
Yeah, that was sweet too. But like Civil War is all the heroes fighting each other. It was just so sweet, dude.
Nah, like I think not Civil War. Winter Soldier was like spy action type shit. Like I like that movie. That was my favorite Captain America movie for sure. And my favorite Thor movie was Ragnarok. Favorite Iron Man
Ragnarok
movie,
is great.
favorite Iron Man movie was the first Iron Man.
Yeah.
And his favorite Spider-Man movie is Spider-Man 2.
The newest one. I
No,
like you talking
Spider-Man
about the
2.
old Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was good, yeah.
But they're coming out with another Spider-Man movie in December.
That's actually my number 1 was the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man trilogy.
Really?
Yeah, it kind of it was going to either be that or Blade. Those 2 movies kind of set up the green light to make a bunch of superhero movies.
Wait, so why didn't you put Blade 2 if you had it in the running for number 1?
Because I low key, I respect what Blade did. I don't really like the Blade movies.
I like the
The
first.
very first one, film wise, is great, but just storyline and all of that, I ain't really into it.
All right, let me give you mine. Number 5, Friday.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Yeah. Number 4 is The Matrix.
Okay.
Number 3, Back to the Future.
Okay, I don't really like those movies, but okay.
I mean, they get kind of campy in the second and third one, but the first one was really good. My number 2 is damn. Well, My number two. Damn, I forgot. I got a notification on my phone. I forgot. But let's talk about all those other ones. So my favorite Friday movie is The First Friday.
The first one's the best one.
Yeah, and I feel like Chris Tucker should have been in another one.
Yeah, but he was having a lot of problems when they were trying to make those movies. So let me say some honorable mention trilogies that we didn't mention. Rush Hour, since we're talking Chris Tucker. High School Musical. I
Yeah.
I know you ain't gonna want to admit it, but High School Musical is a big cultural impact.
No. I love High School Musical. I told you I was a theater kid growing up, so
Yeah,
High
High
School
School
Musical was
Musical.
kind of gem. I even played
Yeah,
Chad in my middle school production of High School Musical.
right. What was another one I had thought of while we were talking? There's a lot of trilogies out there that we had to think of. Oh, we didn't talk about any of the Fast and Furious movies,
Nah, but
even though it's not really a
that's
trilogy.
that's a continuous thing, and it's like 9 movies, so it can't be a trilogy. It can't
We
be.
didn't put Star Wars, any of their trilogies in there. They have 3 trilogies.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The first one is just it looks crazy now because it's from all the way back in the 70s, so it don't really look that good. Like
Yeah.
the movie doesn't look like the special effects look crazy.
What
And
about Jaws?
don't they have like 20 jaws?
Yeah, but remember we're talking about the first 3 because I wanted to say Halloween next, but
No. The rule is it has to be 3 movies in the series.
so we can't count Toy Story because they got 4.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I can do that. I think the Batman one's the best one. I know it wasn't number 1 on my list, but movie-wise, I think the Batman trilogy was the best one.
Oh yeah, I think my Batman was my number 2. And then my number 1, I think it might be the Wolverine one.
Oh, with Logan and the
X-Men
Wolverines.
Origins and the Wolverine.
That actually, I did not think about that. That actually was a good trilogy.
Yep. But I don't like X-Men Origins. Not because it was a bad movie, but because of the choices they made with all of the characters.
Yeah, they should have focused more on character development, but not the boring stuff. They could have did better with Origins. I agree
Well,
with you
I
there.
don't like what they did with Deadpool, for sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was whack. And then how they tried to integrate it in the real Deadpool movies was whack as fuck too. Didn't
Yeah,
like
and I
that.
also don't like what they did with Sabretooth.
I don't know. I did like Logan's brother in
But no.
Origins.
I kind of liked what they did with Sabretooth in that movie. The original Sabretooth I didn't like. You know,
Okay.
the one with the long blonde hair?
Oh yeah, no, I didn't.
Yeah,
That
that
was
one was kind
X-Men
of
though.
huh?
That was X-Men though.
Yeah, but it's the same universe.
Oh shit.
Bub. It's the same universe, bub.
So
Even
let's get a
wait,
collective top 5
all
going.
right.
What do you want to
So
be number 1?
number 1, I mean, I feel like
Batman.
yeah, The Dark Knight was pretty much,
And
top.
that's
What's your favorite
probably one of
movie
the
in that
best
trilogy?
the second one, and that's what I was about to say. That's probably the one of the only trilogies where the sequels were just as good, if not better, than the original.
The sequel was better than the first one.
Yeah, and the second sequel was not horrible either. Yeah, Batman number 1. Do we want to put High School Musical in there? The third High School Musical was trash, though.
Yeah, I wouldn't put High School Musical in there. I mean, I feel like Friday, just for what it did for like black
Friday,
comedies,
probably.
it
I
was
do
kind of
like
the
Friday.
Friday was the first movie of its kind, like a low budget movie with just a whole bunch of funny niggas
Yeah,
and a famous
Friday
white.
number 2. Yeah, I like Friday at number 2.
And then number 3, uh, it has to be one of the MCU trilogies.
We did talk about Cheech and Chong.
Nah, not I wasn't a fan.
Mm.
Mainly because I don't really find weed humor that funny. Like, oh, you're smoking weed.
It's just the adventure of smoking weed. All right, you want to do MCU trilogies? I think we got to do Captain America or Iron Man, not
uh,
Thor, not Thor.
yeah, because the first 2 Thor movies are trash.
Yeah,
Um,
I 3 Iron Man movies are good, but the 3 Captain America movies are really good too. Maybe that's a 3-4.
No, because Iron Man 2 was kind of weird because of that guy. And then the third one was also like the villains in those movies weren't that good. They were basically just Iron Man.
Yeah, that's true. All right, so Captain America.
Yeah, I'll say Captain America. And
Okay.
then number 4, The Matrix.
I'm not gonna lie, and it's crazy because everything those movies are about, I'm about, but those movies just were not that interesting to me.
Really?
But I I like what they did to the film industry, so I can agree with them at number 4.
I feel like they kind of that movie, those movies kind of changed how films were made. Like they weren't doing like slow-mo and action movies like that before. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They weren't doing like all this acrobatic shit. You know what I'm saying? In America at least.
Yeah.
Before then. So I
Yeah,
feel
that's
like
what I was like. I like what it did for movies.
it
I got
Matrix.
another honorable mention.
What?
The Expendables. Did you like that trilogy?
Nah, nah,
Bro, I love those movies.
nah. The first 3 Rocky movies are pretty good, but that's not a trilogy.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not a trilogy because I was like, oh yeah, you're right.
What
But
about what's number 5? What do we have to put for 5?
it's I don't know. I want to think of something that we haven't thought. There's so many of them.
Yeah.
Rush Hour. I don't really like them that much.
The third one wasn't that good.
Yeah.
It was like they kind of forced it.
What
But
about Bad Boys?
it was still funny. I don't like Bad Boys.
You didn't
I
like the
don't
first one?
I don't like Martin Lawrence.
Okay.
I've never thought he was funny. Like I like Will
I
Smith,
can kind of understand that.
but I never thought Martin Lawrence
I
was
I can kind of understand that.
like he doesn't
Um.
really say stuff like he's not clever, but like when he says his jokes, he just gets louder. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right though. That's crazy. You're right. I think Lord of the Rings should be number 5 then because Lord of the Rings kind of set the atmosphere for like MCU and stuff.
Yeah, but I haven't seen those movies.
I
I
haven't
don't know.
either, but like you can't deny what they've done to the film industry.
And they're oh no. I guess we can go Lord of the Rings number 5.
Yeah, I was saying I haven't seen it. I'm not a nerd, but like me being a movie buff, they definitely have affected the new wave of movies. Or do we want to put a horror movie trilogy in there?
Maybe
I
John
like
Wick.
Insidious. Oh, John Wick too. Have you seen
Yeah, but
Insidious?
if we put 2 Keanu Reeves things, then people are gonna start calling us gay for Keanu Reeves.
What about the Johnny Depp series? Well, Pirates of the Caribbean went past 3 movies.
Yeah,
What about Insidious 1, 2, and 3? You seen those?
no.
Bro, you need to see those. Those are really good. That's
Well,
probably the best horror movie franchise.
technically, Halloween is a trilogy.
Yeah, but the third one is garbage. The third one
Really?
don't even have Michael Myers in it. Or
No,
unless you talk about the Rob Zombie one.
no. The it was the first 2 with what's the name, and then the one that just came out a couple years ago.
Oh, you want to do that? See,
Yeah,
but there's so much in the middle. And that one that just came out, you know, if you want to do that, I'll actually fuck with it. The 3 Jamie Lee Curtis movies. But see, Jamie Lee Curtis was in another one called Halloween H2O,
yeah,
like
but
maybe 15 years ago.
that don't count no more. They said
So
that it's continuing from the first 2 Halloween movies.
so the first 2 Halloween movies and then the most recent Halloween movie as a trilogy.
Yep.
I will put that in the list because Halloween is my favorite horror movie franchise. So I do fuck with it.
All right. So we had Dark Knight. Number 2 was Friday.
Yeah.
Number 3 was
Captain America.
Captain America. Number 4 was The Matrix.
Yeah,
And number
Matrix. And
5
number
is
5,
Halloween. Because
Halloween
Halloween
with an
also
actor.
changed how movies were made as well. Like just from the fact that there weren't any slasher movies before then.
Yeah, that is true. And then you had Halloween came out. Then what came out right after it? Jason, Freddy Krueger, Chucky, all of them. Leprechaun,
Yeah.
all of them.
Yep. Mike Myers is their daddy. Well, no, I think Jason might have came out first. No,
But
came out.
Jason, the original movie was Jason wasn't the killer.
Well, it was still like serial killer, but
Well,
I think the first Jason came out in 80 and the first Halloween came out in 70.
well, so the original Friday the 13th trilogy, though, the first movie where his mom was the killer, the second and the third movie where he did not wear the hockey mask, those three movies are actually the best in the Friday the 13th franchise. Jason did not wear the hockey mask until the fourth movie after he killed a fat kid that was wearing a hockey mask and he put it on. And that movie was kind of sort of in 3D. Or was that the third movie? Whatever. The first two were great and there was not a hockey mask in those two movies.
Yeah, Mike Myers doesn't kill kids.
Mike Myers does not kill. Wait, he did kill a kid in one movie.
What movie?
Oh no, he was chasing the kid in one of the sequels. The whole time he was chasing the fucking little girl in like two of the sequels.
He kills teens, but not like children.
Bro, I'm talking about like number 5 and 6, bro. That whole time he's chasing a little girl.
Yeah, but he didn't kill her in those movies.
I feel like he killed like her friend in one of them that was a little boy. He like hit him with a car or something. I've seen all of those movies like 18 times.
That don't count though.
Yeah.
It doesn't count.
Yeah.
Not no more.
All right. I think this is a good episode. Nice talking to you, buddy.
Yeah, we always find something interesting to talk about.
We do. Oh, we did talk about abortion. That's fun.
Abortion is a fun time for everyone involved every time it
happens. All right. We'll see you all next time you watch TaintCast. We're going to end it on that note. We hope you have a great week and we hope you enjoy this shorter episode. And follow us on socials. Listen to our music. Bye.
And the links down below.
You dig.
All right. Peace out.
Peace out.
And if you don't like us, fuck you.
Fuck you, bitch. Stop watching if you don't like us, fucking hater.
Whore.
God damn.
Horse. All right.